And welcome everybody to Minnow Cup 36 Splat Zones edition. I am Pat, here with Mars. Mars, are you ready to watch this awesome tournament?
I am really excited. I'm so excited to see what people are capable of and what the outcomes could possibly be with this tournament today.
Yeah, we have lots of teams that registered today. We have 35 teams who are in this tournament. We're going to start, I believe it's a Swiss round. Yeah, Swiss round number 1. We will watch Origami Dragons going against the Goobers. Origami Dragons, they've been here since forever, grinding the game and playing so well. The Goobers, I've seen them around as well. They're pretty good.
I think I see Origami Dragon a lot more in other tournaments that I've also personally played in, so excited to be able to watch them and commentate over their gameplay against the Goobers today.
Yeah, we'll see what they're able to do. If you're new to Minnow Cup is a tournament that where you only play one mode for the whole tournament. We change every time, so this is 1 in 4. We get the Splat Zones one. Splat Zones, super popular with high level players and with people that like to paint. And I'm not high level, but I love to paint, so I love this mode.
I would say Splat Zones is one of my favorite modes to play, but that's mainly because I play a lot of anchor-oriented weapons, so it's really fun to be able to sit back and watch the zone while my teammates go crazy.
Yeah, it's all about controlling position. As I always say that, game is about to start. Origami Dragon bringing a Hydra Splatling.
Bringing a Hydra, that's my favorite weapon. I'm excited to see this.
Well, that's a great way to start it. On the other side, there's going to be the S Blaster and the Katana Stamper. These are the two weapons that are likely to try to go at the Hydra, try to annoy the Hydra and push it away. But right now, Hydra is working pretty well. The Origami Dragons are taking control of the zone.
As we can see, the Hydra is currently taking positioning on one of the many snipe areas that you can take on Mahi-Mahi. I would say you have to be very careful on a map like this because there's people probably going to be flanking you a lot, especially where the floaties are near the snipe.
Yeah, oh! Well, we already have a DC.
Oh, they have a disconnect.
That's kind of sad. The Goobers get a DC early in the game, and right now, that's I mean, the game is going to end like that. I feel like Origami Dragon will really have to keep
going because they were already halfway between the game being completed. Unfortunate.
Yeah, the Dragons were past the 50 points mark. They're going to take this
and that is game 1 done.
That's rough. That's a rough way to start the tournament. We hope the Goobers can fix their connection in time and stay in here. I mean, they were able to get some fights going. It's just a matter of connecting things, preparing a push together, and right there they didn't even have the opportunity to do that. Really, the Origami Dragon took control, and then the Goobers had a DC. We were in the first minute pretty much. But yeah, that's game 1 on Mahi-Mahi Resort. It's a rough one. We'll see how teams are able to do. But yeah, game 1 is going to go to Origami Dragon. We'll wait for that 4th player from the Goobers to come back, and we should go on to Manta next.
The next mode seems to be Manta Maria. What's your opinion on Manta Maria?
I love double zones map. It's always fun to see the dynamic of the double zones. Though Manta Maria is a very risky map because it's one of the longest map in the game. It takes so much to get back from spawn onto the zones. So it's a very dangerous map. If your team gets wiped or pushed away, getting back in there can take a lot of time. Yeah, and So I really liked the mechanic that double zones create into games, but it's also every time this map is in rotation, I'm kinda okay. Let's lock on because it's going to be a rough one.
Personally, I really avoid Manta Maria splat zones, but that's purely because I have a really, really bad track record of having bad luck on the map, especially with the double zones.
Oh.
With how close together everyone ends up in mid, it's literally a fest of everyone just getting picks and picks and eventually potentially getting a wipe.
Yeah. I mean, one thing to note is it is good for splatlings, and I thought that you'd like it if you like Hydra. This is a very good map for it.
I would say Hydra is very 50-50 on a map like this. If it really highly depends on the comp that you're playing against, because of how slow Hydra can be sometimes, getting out of situations can be a lot more dangerous.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, can be a hard one.
Definitely.
We'll see how these teams are able to do. Do we have 8? Are we ready to get in the game soon?
I'm not too sure.
Okay, I'm hearing in my ear that we should get in the game very soon, and get things going again. Yeah, Manta Maria very risky. We saw Origami Dragon really take control at the start of the game. I expect them to do that again.
They were very good at getting the paint where they needed it and getting the pick where it was important. And here we go. Game 2 is about to begin.
Yeah, I feel like the Goobers, if they can put themselves together, prepare their specials, Origami Dragon going much faster.
They're bringing a heavy edit this time.
Ooh!
Heavy edit and Dynamo.
We have a Dynamo duel. We have a Dynamo duel going on. Love it.
I guess we'll see how this goes. I'm surprised to see heavy edit Nouveau here, though. It's not very often you see that one.
I feel like if the Dynamo is there to bring you the tacticular, given the power that a crab tank can have on this map from the grade, a crab tank can control the whole map, so the heavy edit Nouveau has really found a lot of players that really enjoy it, especially since the changes that were made to in the last patch. But it looks like the dragons are in control, are getting a lot of splats right there.
And as we see, the counter is going down and they have taken the lead. Let's see if they can hold it.
Ooh!
Oh, the crab tank can. Oh. That was sneaky.
Yeah. Well, that's why you love a good Dynamo play. It looks like the Goobers are going to take some control, are able to get in, they get punished as they try to push through. I mean, they got the lead, but now the Origami Dragons are back in the middle and are already trying to push.
With a half zone and... Ooh, they got a crab tank actually really fast there.
Yeah. David, for the Goobers, is going to have to move away. They are chased by the Origami Dragons. It's been very much back and forth between these two teams. The lead is going to swap again, this time for the Dragons, as the Goobers are slowly getting back in there and getting punished in.
I can see that the junior is getting punished a lot and around the same areas on both sides of the map, surprisingly.
Yep, it's a rough one right now as Dragons are in control. Dynamo on the side of the Goobers preparing the next push. Dynamo is so important right there because it gives the cooler, it also gives so much paint. You really want to have it for your push. As I said, the Dynamo falls down for the Goobers.
I think Dynamo is one of those weapons that can be really good, but it can also be dependent on the player's skill too, because if you're a lot newer to the weapon, you tend to get punished a lot more.
Oh yeah, it's a glass cannon. There's a lot of risk involved in it, and you have to make sure that every hit matters with it. Right now, the Goobers are able to apply penalty, are able to get back in control. There's only 2 minutes left in the game, though, and yeah, the Goobers need to hold for long. They don't have penalty, though, as long as they're able to keep the Origami dragons away thanks to that ledge, they should be in, but the dragons are throwing all their specials at the zones right now just to get in.
I think they're currently just working on getting that take back on the right side of the map there.
Yeah, Goobers getting behind, but they lost 2 players in that push. Dragons are in control, and
3
now
players are down, the Goobers, and they take the zone back. Now they just gotta work on chipping that penalty down.
Yeah, penalty is being chipped, and lots of try right there. Prince with a dynamo is out of ink, dodging though, able to dodge and to punish the other dynamo. The Goobers are back in control. They are holding this. 1 minute left, but they don't have that much penalty. If they're able to deny the next push by the dragons, they should get the lead.
They have around 30 seconds on the counter right now to get that down to past 21. It's now the situation of, are they going to build up their specials and push in?
Well, here comes the attacks, here comes the strikes and the crab, but the crab's not enough. They only get 1 zone yet, and they're not able, they get countered. Oh, the Goobers able to paint over and get the lead and a wipeout. I mean, that's game.
That's practically game, yeah. With how long it takes to get back from spawn, they've got that. GG's to both ends. That was a very good game. Very backwards and forwards.
And with the Goobers able to get the comeback there, they have to be pretty sad that they didn't get their shot at finishing game number 1. But now we are 1-1. That means we are going to game number 3.
We also need to remember that game 3 is also the match set, so both teams have to sorry, what? I lost my train of thought. Both teams really need to work hard on getting this win to take the set.
Yep, it's going to be all decided by this one. We go on to a bit of a flatter map, so I wouldn't be surprised to see much longer weapons coming back.
I would be excited to see that Hydra being brought back out for this map.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like that's the kind of good option that would help. That Hydra, I'm not sure the Dynamos will come back. I mean, that Dynamo was good for Manta, but I feel like if you don't bring a Dynamo to Mahi-Mahi, you're unlikely to bring a Dynamo to Robo.
I think my Wi-Fi just decided to not want to work for a second.
Oh.
I'm okay now, it's back. Don't worry, I'm back. I don't really know how well Dynamo does on a map like ROM-en though. That's what I'm curious about, if it was to be brought back.
Well, it has a sprinkler, and ROM-en has the best sprinkler spot in the game.
Oh yeah,
especially with both zones.
There's so many random places you can put it in. It's funny sometimes seeing them.
Yeah, and Robo-Roman Zones is legit a good sprinkler map. But it's also a map where most of the map is quite flat, and I'd rather bring the gold Dynamo than the vanilla Dynamo, to be honest, because these super chumps can take the zone, paint the zone very well, and you want an option
really
to paint
good,
the zone.
in a map like this, if you're able to get them in a spot where it's in the choke points, because you'll be wasting the opponent's time with them trying to get those chumps out of there so they don't get painted over. And here we are as game 3 begins.
Yep, let us go. This is Swiss, so both of these teams will still be in the tournament, but that is going to decide.
Dynamo.
Yep, a lot of web path. On the other side, the Goobers ditch the Dynamo. They want more speed. This time the Zap is going to provide them with the cooler. They'll be able to zoom around.
They brought out the Zap and the second kit of Stamper too.
Yeah, the Grab Tank on this map dominates the whole map. It's going to be an incredibly important weapon right now, but ooh! The wipeout, the Origami Dragons.
Very, very good early game. You're able to get into where you want to go and also build a hold pressure.
Ooh, speaking of pressure, that Dynamo under that ledge is so important. But with 2 down right now, it looks like the Origami Dragon are going to have to give some space to the Goobers. The Goobers have their way back in, but they're a bit too hasty. They're trying to rush a bit too fast, and now the Dragons are back with the advantage.
With a map like this, I would say you have to play it very patiently. Not too patient, but patient enough that you don't get picked off.
Oh.
And they have the read and wipeout!
Wipeout to save it. Congratulations, Goobers. You are still in the game, but now they need a KO.
Their specials. So, from what I can see here, they're just working on keeping the pressure on Origami Dragons right now with their specials to try and keep them out to get more points off of that counter right there.
Yep, and with the 2 down onto the Dragons need to paint the zone right there because looks like the Goobers have good control, are pushing back in. The Goobers looking to do the greatest comeback and stay in control. 3 minutes left in the game. Right now the Dragons need to paint.
Down again.
And the Dragons lost their Dynamo. They need to paint the map there. They need to paint the zone. They lost a player. They lost
the flank from the stamp on the Dynamo right now.
At least if they were able to get the zone to apply penalty, that means they keep the lead for now. And Danny with the Dynamo is going to be there.
Zone back.
Nice shred on that grab tank.
That was a really nice grab tank shred.
And now the Dragon, they want to play the long game. They know they don't need to push that much. As long as they're able to apply penalty every once in a while, as long as they're able to deny the points, they win the game. There's only 2 minutes left, so they can play the clock pretty much.
If they're able to keep the pressure on, but also not get themselves picked off, it is going to be a really good situation for them. But I would say it's very important to be careful, because if they do get...
Well...
And they take game 3! I was going to say, they need to be careful with not getting picked off, especially with the counter, with how low the Goobers had that counter taken down from. But as we see, Origami Dragons have taken 3.
Yeah, very nice game by the Origami Dragons, sealing the deal. I mean, they got in trouble on Manta Maria, not be able to push back in onto the Goobers, but back onto Robo ROM-en, where they were much more at their ease. They really took control of that game, and that big push that they had at the start of the game really worked well for them.
I think some game modes and maps have very strong maps. I would say that Manta Maria is on the weaker side in terms of when people play it. No, but that was very good games from both teams for this set.
Yeah, and we've had very good games by both teams. Congratulations to Origami Dragon for taking the set. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with a round 2 of the Swiss bracket.